Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy. Free Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, doing what I do for you. I got a nice one for you today. Feeling a little spiritual, a little sentimental, so I got a nice little lesson I put together for you. Let's go. Writers, 24 hours to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, message the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right Thinker's mission, and yeah, I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, to get all right thinkers to do just that with the lessons that I give you on a daily basis. That's why I do what I do for you. Let's go. Know thyself is the question. Let's rhetorical because you should have the answer. If not, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know dangers. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of yourself. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. Today, let's ask a question, or let me ask the question. Talk about right thinkers. Let's talk about the power of prayer. Is it in the belief or the believer of the prayer? What you talk about? You'll see. Let's go over. Let's talk about this thing. Now, this is the concept. Mhm. Put it to work. See if it's understood. See if it makes sense. Now, the prayer has no power without what the belief in the prayer and the prayee who's doing the prayer. I'm a God-fearing man. I pray in silence. I do all my stuff internally. I'm not an external prayer. Okay, that's fine. I have a pastor who prays. It's 6:04 in the morning right now. If I were to pick that phone up and call him and have him go in prayer, he'd do just that. I don't want to put my dude on the spot, but I got somebody who does that. I don't do that. So if you want me to pray for you, it's going to be, you won't hear it. You won't hear it because I don't verbalize it, but he will. Different concept. So that's my view. But the idea is the power of the prayer. Is it in the one who's saying the prayer or is the one who receiving the prayer? Do he have to believe? It would be good if both would believe it. That makes it a lot easier. But watch this. Now, if you have or if you don't have a belief system that you go by or some sort of belief in a higher power, God, you may not could care less about praying or somebody praying for you. But the person who, a non-God believer, may not pray, but guess what? They are prayed for by who? God believers. So because I'm a God believer and I pray for you, do that stop the blessing? Do a non-believer block his own blessing because he don't believe? Just putting it out there. And a lot of times you don't think about that, but these are the things that I think about when I'm sitting here in my lab thinking how I can educate and enlighten my people with concepts that they can understand. That's what my job is. So when I was ignorant of prayers back in my day, I just found out about my buddy. He prayed for me. I had no idea. See? So no, if you ain't aware of the prayer that's being prayed for you, you just the beneficiary, benefactor of the person who praying for you. And because they are good and they ask for a blessing in your name, you receive blessings. So, yes, non believers can be blessed because the believers pray for them and God hears the sincere ones. I'm one of them. When I was ignorant, prayer meant absolutely nothing to me. Now, prayer means pretty much everything. I do it every day. My belief and knowledge of a higher power, aka God, is what makes my prayers answered. Why? I live obedient to Him. I pay allegiance and worship Him when daily, 24/7. I keep God conscious. I keep telling you, I'm God conscious. Everything's God first with me. So I'm the one you may want to have praying for you. Why? Because I got a direct line. Okay, I got the main line. Yeah, I got to go through this other guy. No, I don't need the dispatcher. I don't need the operator. No, I'm going straight to God. I got the bat phone, so to speak. All right, that's my concept. Moving on. Now, let's talk about this. I'm not a verbally praying man. Understand that. I have one on speed dial. If you ask me to pray for you, I'll take it in prayer for myself and mentally put it there and pass it on to my dude. If you want a verbal the external prayer, Pastor, I need prayer. And we'll do it, and I guarantee he'll do that. But that's my thing. Please understand, my concept is personal of prayer. And taking it to God, in my concept of prayer and talking to God, I talk only directly to Him. That means you won't hear my conversation with God because I'm not going to verbally say it. I'm going to say it up here from here. That's my kadu. I can speak to my higher self and I'm talking from the heart and I'm conscious of what I'm talking about. That's the difference. I hope you understand that. Praying aloud, watch this, is prohibited by moi. Verbally praying, I leave to those who do that. I got a pastor who does that. I'm not going to try to pray for you. I'm not going to try to verbally say I hate being put on the spot to pray. It's very annoying. Okay, never liked it, never will. Why? That ain't what I do. And to have me do something that I tell you I don't want to do is very annoying. I had to put up with that nonsense for years. If I feel the need for external prayer, I will call my pastor my best friend. Why? That's what he do. He good at that. That's why. I don't want to stand there and act like no, that ain't what I do. So please understand that. Yes, I'm a God-fearing man, but I'm not, but I'm a God teacher of his words, not a preacher. Different thing. I teach spiritual concepts that you can learn and understand. I'm not here to pray for you verbally and out loud. Why? I'm a prayer warrior. I meet every Wednesday on the prayer line. I take it to my pastor, and if I feel the need to put what I'm praying for out there in his words so he can verbally say it, I do that. Other than that, I keep it to one. I get my prayers in every day, personally. I pray for, watch this, here you go, right on, perfect segue. And when I do pray every day, listen, I pray for all I can call on from memory, ancestry prayer, daily. Some days I have a lot of names to call. Getting touchy right now. Why? That's what I do. Some days, just a few, depending on the mood and the situation, circumstances. I got a praying man. So I don't worry about carrying people's prayers around. No, I dropped it on my dude. He loved that. That's his thing. So I'm not burdened with prayers for everybody. So, I pray for you. I pray. No. I got you. Why? That's what I do every day for you. You ain't got to know that. So the blessing that you receive from someone from me, why? Because I'm only got you in prayer. If I know you, I concern and care about you, I think about you, I got you in prayer. That's just how I do it. Moving on. Now, that's what I believe the power of prayer. If you're a believer in God, a lot of us claim to be, You know, or you should know what? The power of prayer. Some people say it's a waste of time, man. I ain't got to. Okay, that's your prerogative. But if you are a believer in God, you understand the power of prayer. And if you're Muslim, Christian, or Jew, you again understand the purpose and the power of prayer. Muslims do it 5 times a day. I ain't going there. We took daily prayer out of the schools. My question is why? So we can institute drag queen or transsexual nonsense, really? So I got an issue with that. No prayer means no God presence. Young children should have understanding about God. And you wonder why they don't go to church. If they were familiar with God every day, they had a little personal prayer, church wouldn't be such a far-fetched idea. Why? Because the people they see go to church, those are bad people. Why am I going to do that? They're just as bad as anybody else. I got my indoctrination thinking church people was different because they go to church and they respect God. No, they just as I got that lesson. So, but my point is, if you understand and learn about God early in life, it won't be such a hard thing to deal with. Some people don't know how God until they go to church. Don't know nothing about it. I was one of them. But when I started going, learning the procedure, I actually enjoyed the procedure. I understand it now. Okay. But if you have a child and make them go that, they're not gonna like that. But if you institute them to God and give them a concept, maybe they'll come and want to learn about it. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. I don't want to get stuck on that idea, but I deal with the kids. I get a little. So my point to that is, why you take God out the schools and expect what? Something better? I want God taught to our young people daily at home and in school to make a difference. God should be brought to their attention early and constantly in life. Why? To keep them on that path of somebody looking at them, somebody's watching them. They got to do certain things, have integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's watching. But realizing there's a higher power that watches. You put that concept, I tell my grandkids about the eye. That's Papa always watching when ain't nobody else watching. You plant the seed, give the concept. Sorry about that. We claim to be what? Believers of God. Yeah, yeah. But we don't show we are what? True servants of God. A lot of us talk a good God game, but ain't many of us showing a good God game or playing a good God game. Spiritualist is what I claim to be. No God. Okay? Not believing God, no God. That's what makes me spiritual. And the list is being confident in knowing my spiritual concepts is well founded. So please understand, I know God. That's spiritual knowledge, understanding and living, believing, not believing in God. That's religious concept. Spiritual ignorance is to believe in God. You're spiritually ignorant because if you're spiritually enlightened, you wouldn't know God. So understand that. I don't cast aspersion to himself. No, I just make a point. Simple. Now, in prayer, excuse me, I'm a prayer warrior and I don't pray out loud. I told you, I don't know how to verbally pray. So I take it to the heart and in the mind and make it work eternally. You won't hear my prayers. Understand that. Listen, I take all my friends and loved ones from the past and the present in prayer with me daily. Do you? See, I pray for everybody. Sometimes I gotta pray for my enemies. I don't have a problem praying for my friends. I got a little issue praying for my enemies, but I'm starting to realize, like the sun, you got to shine on all of them. So pray for everybody. Remember, now listen to my man Mom's pray. She covers everybody. So I get it. Remember, now in prayer and meditation, they go hand in hand. But prayer, you're doing the talking. Meditation, you're doing the listening. That's why I spend more time meditating than praying. I'm just saying. And again, I always spend more time meditating than praying. Why? When God talks, you should listen. When you talking to God, say what you got to say, get out the way, and start listening. Why? That's what you need to be doing. Or they pray, oh God, do more good deeds. You got to do, and you do less praying. How about that? More meditating, more good deeds, less prayer time. Why? You won't be have to ask for so much stuff. Feel me? Get the concept? When I pray, listen, I pray makaru. What that means? I speak to God from the heart. That's what it means. I always meditate when after prayer. Why? Because I give God what? The last word. See, if you're going to do something, know the reason and the purpose and understand it before you do it. Why? Because somebody may ask you. You can justify your actions with logic, rational, and reasoning. That's all. Well, I do. I'll speak for myself. Okay, let me wrap this up. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you get this understanding about the power of prayer. I'm going to put this out as soon as I do it. Why? Because it's Sunday. Let's go. Oh, I pray when? Every day, just in my own way. And yes, I know that works. Why? Trust me. Trust me. I love the fact that my prayers for those who I don't know where or what they're doing are being blessed because I had them in prayer. That's all I care about. That's what I do for you. When you pray for someone, whoever it is, what you doing? You want God to bless them, not you. I don't ask. I don't go in prayer asking for nothing. I go in prayer asking for somebody else. Now, that's how I pray. Remember, God's best and hardest workers, what? Don't do it for what? The publicity and all the hoopla, but you do it for God to keep you in his good graces and being obedient to him, and he'll take care of you in abundance. My pastor takes no credit for nothing. I'm starting to understand. He's the most humblest guy I know. Everything he do, nope, give it to God. Okay, I'm learning. I'm just watching and paying attention. I ain't got a problem with it. I'm starting to understand, starting to see it. So remember, as a student, you don't question the teacher. You just observe and listen. And if what he say match what he do, you can trust that. When you have a teacher that what he say don't match what he do, don't follow him or me. But I'm pretty sure what I say, that's what I do. That's why I try to make sure if you're gonna follow somebody, that's the criteria in which you judge them on. Moving on, that's all. I stand, and since I started my job, aka I tell you, I'm on a mission from God. I'm still laughing about that, but the Blues Brothers. I get it. So I get the ignorant people of him to him. That's my job, to enlighten you so you can know God for yourself. End of discussion. So my agenda is plain. Transparent, ain't a whole bunch of no, nothing else, just that. And watch this. Since I started my job, I punched the clock 10 years ago, May 1st. And I'm still on the clock. And guess what? I ain't gonna punch out until I check out. That's how you serve God. That's how I do what I do for you. I'll be here for you. I'll be back. Hope you get the lesson. Happy Sunday.